college training. But I had a high school teacher who one day changed my life. I was waiting on another student, and when he came in, he said to me, "Young man, go to the board and write what I'm about to tell you." And I said, I can't do that, sir. He said, "Why not?" I said, "I'm not one of your students." He said, "It doesn't matter. Follow my directions now." I said, "I can't do that, sir." He said, "Why not?" I said, "Because I'm educable mentally retarded." And he came from behind his desk and he looked at me. He said, "Don't ever say that again. Someone's opinion of you does not have to become your reality." And as he talked, my heart began to beat fast. Tears began to run down my eyes, and I was in the back just listening to him, because the speech he was giving, that speech was for me. And he said, "Les Brown," he said, "if you want to do anything worthwhile in life, you've got to be hungry." I told Mr. Washington I wanted to become a disc jockey. And so I started working to develop myself. He said, "I want you to practice every day being a disc jockey." I said, "But I don't have any job now." He said, "It doesn't matter." He said that it's better to be prepared for an opportunity and not have one than to have an opportunity and not be prepared. And as I was working to develop myself, I applied for a job as a disc jockey, WMBM on Miami Beach. I went to a guy named Milton Butterball. I said, "How you doing, Mr. Butterball? I'd like to get a job as a disc jockey." He looked at me, he said, "You have any broadcast background?" I said, "No, sir, I don't." "You have any journalism background?" I said, "No, sir, I don't." He said, "We don't have any jobs available." I said, "Yes, sir." I went back to Mr. Washington and I told him. He said, "Don't take it personally." He said, "Most people are so negative, they will have to say no 7 times before they say yes." He said, "Go back again." So I went back again. I said, "How you doing, Mr. Butterball? My name is Les Brown." He said, "I know what your name is. What do you want?" I said, "I'd like to know whether or not you have any jobs as a disc jockey, sir." He said, "Didn't I just tell you yesterday we didn't have any jobs?" I said, "Yes, sir, but I know whether or not somebody got laid off or somebody was fired, sir."
The voice of Les Brown there. He's a motivational speaker. 23 minutes gone past 9 o'clock. That's what we're talking about. That's why I played that audio. We've had these conversations, off radio many times, and I thought to bring it on this morning, where people say motivational speakers, that they're actually a scam. They're fraud. They just say things that mean nothing. They do not really add value when we talk about success, because many times they're talking about success, they're selling that product, they're selling a particular message, but they're saying, no, they're just wasting time, raising people's hopes. Many times they're not giving you answers, they're not giving you solutions, they're just talking big, talking tough, and making you believe and hope in hope. But the truth is, there really is nothing for you at the end of the tunnel if you follow what a motivational speaker says. Sometimes what they do basically is James. They play with words and they get you excited. They get you, fired up. But then afterwards, what next? Someone says they tell you the what, they don't tell you the how. Do you understand? So that's the conversation we're going to have this morning. I don't know if you listen to motivational speakers. I don't know if you think that they're just fraudulent or they're wasting everybody's time. And I'm going to have a conversation this morning with Emeka Nobis. He's a thought leader. I'm not sure if people rise from motivational speakers to thought leaders, or they just wake up one day and they're motivational speakers, or they just wake up one day and they're thought leaders. Good morning.
Good morning, Eno. Good morning.
Thank you for your time. I know it's a rainy day, but we're here to put some sunshine in the lives of some people. I might sound like a motivational speaker already. How are you?
I'm all right, and I'm fine.
All right. So I'm sure you've heard these conversations also, in the course of your work about what motivational speakers, they do. Tell us your thoughts.
Well, the thing is, there's a lot of individuals maybe getting things wrongly. All right, so we sort of think that on a daily basis, we need large doses of motivation. For the kind of work that I do, I need large doses. Every one of us. If we are going to wake up every day and hit the road, or wake up every day and start to put our effort in things that we do, even if you're going to the gym, you need large doses of motivation. So motivation is just a part. It's like, let me say, if you want to eat that balanced diet, you're going to eat vitamins, you're going to eat protein, carbohydrates, and all that kind of stuff before your body gets the adequate kind of nutrients that it needs to be able to build and support your daily activities. It's the same thing. Motivation is just a part of the meal. It's part of the balanced diet that you need to be able to have everything put together in one place, right? So if you are dependent only on motivation to be able to get ahead in life, then you may be missing the whole entirety of the things that you need to be able to get the success that you do. The problem that we see, why most people are let me say, attacking the motivational speakers is because of the balanced reality that they expect. So a lot of individuals just want to get motivated, but they don't want to do the work that is involved to be able to get the results they are seeking. Motivation can only lead you so far. It can only prime you. It can only inspire you. It can only pump your adrenaline up. You know the pumping the adrenaline, making you feeling all inspired that you can do it. Yes, you can make it, and all that kind of stuff. That is quite pretty essential and fundamental. Then you need to step out to do the work. After being inspired, after having your adrenaline pump up, you're going to do the work. So the thing is like, okay, I'm inspired, right? My adrenaline pumped up. I'm going to push this thing to be able to get to the next level, like pushing the cart. Like if I'm going to be supplying people with water so to be able to make money, right? There has to be the pushing of the cart. So you have inspired yourself. Let me now push the cart, all right? The cart that contains the gallons of water that I'm going to get to people's houses and give them the water, and then in return they're going to give me money, right? So I'm inspired. I'm pumped up. Then the next thing is to do the work. That means pushing the carts, right, with the water gallons inside to the people's homes and giving them the water so that they can give me money in return. That's what it is. So if you stay at the point where you are only excited about the pumping of the adrenaline, meanwhile you are not putting the work by pushing the cart to where people are going to get the water, then you're not going to get paid in return. You get what I mean? So that's what it is. So a lot of individuals just want to stay at the point where they are inspired, but they don't want to go to do the work. The second thing is this. The problem why people are, and are you listening?
I'm listening. We're listening.
The problem why people are attacking the motivational speakers so is because of the fact that they feel that these things are so easy to do. All right, so somebody says, I started my restaurant with one plate of eba, all right, and today I'm making millions of dollars. So they are not accurately painting the right picture of what they actually did to be able to start that business. So they tell you, I just started it with one plate of eba. There are so many other things that went into the condiment that got you to. So who do you speak to? How were you able to raise the funds? How were you able to cook the food? How were you able to survive serving your customers with one plate of eba or one piece of yam? People want to know the details. So you find out that in our nation, you go to some of these places where you want to go to listen to amazing speakers come, and then instead of them to tell you the exact details of how they were able to get the results that they were able to get, they tell you, not God, you know. So they cover everything up and say it is just God. It couldn't have been just God. Yes, God is the, let me say, the supreme ingredient in the things that you're doing, but there were steps that you actually took to be able to get there. So how did you go to your restaurant? How were you able to mix the food? How were you able to get the other things that you did to be able to grow the business? Because there were things that you did to grow the business. So if you just cover everything under just that one statement, not God, and then make it look so easy, all right? And people start to do that, and they don't get the result that they're getting. That's how they come back to lash at people who call themselves motivational speakers. Every one of us, we can motivate one another, right? Your wife can motivate you. Your boyfriend can motivate you. People who's on the road can even motivate you. How somebody's dancing on the road in the midst of adversity is even motivation, right? How someone is speaking to you is motivation. How someone is dressing is motivation. So we can motivate people whether we know it or we don't know it. But as I said, motivation is just the fundamental. It's just the basics. You've got to do the work. If you really want to get the results, you have to do the work that will make you to get the results. So your problem is not the motivation. Your problem is you doing the work, and that's the truth. Nobody will do it for you. Even a baby. If a baby is crying and you put the breast in the mouth of the baby has to do the suckling. If it doesn't suckle the milk won't pour into the mouth. receive the nutrition that she needs to be able to shut up and stop crying. So that's what it is.
Does it also mean that people need to get daily doses of motivation? And does the dose need to increase? I like that you mentioned babies. Does it need to increase from milk to meat?
Exactly. So, but we need it on a daily basis. For me, I feel that we need it on a daily basis. Some people receive in different doses. That's true. It's just like that's where the danger when people read certain things online about medication and then they go ahead to take medication. Like people who go to take traditional medicine, because your body may not be the same thing as someone else's body. You take one bottle of the Abo, and then your kidneys will shut down. But someone else takes one bottle of the Abo, and then he gets well, and then he's fine. Because you need to know the exact dosage for your body, and that's where the calculations come in. So some individuals will need self-motivation. Like if you read in the Bible, I think it was David that was self-motivating himself to be able to get the victories in battles, right? But some other individuals need motivation from the outside, and that's where you have the coaches. So the coaches are providing the motivation from the outside, right? The motivational speakers, because when you listen to them, you don't need to go through the rigorous work of self-motivating yourself, but just listening to them, you get inspired and motivated to do the things that you want to do, all right? So there are different dosages. For me, personally, Emeka Nobis, I am self-motivated to do the things I do on a daily basis. In my work, nobody motivates me to do those things. I am motivated by myself. But you see, when it comes to exercising my body, I am totally bereft of what to do to inspire myself to do exercises. And so what do? I depend on someone else who is a coach who tells me, Emeka, you can do this. Yes, just move the body. Just take that step. Just walk up the flight of stairs. You can do it. Just, do some tapping for 30 minutes. You can do it, because I need that external push to be able. So we are all on different levels. You have to be able to come to the point of assessing yourself and saying, can I do this by myself, or do I need an external push to be able to help me to get to the points where I'm getting to, all right? And then you do this. So the thing is that some individuals may need, let's quantify it in terms of kilograms. Some individuals may need 1 kilogram of motivation. Some others may need 2 kilograms of motivation. Some others may need 10 kilograms. So it all depends on individuals, our states in life, our current realities, and expectations of where we want to get to in the future.
All right. Thank you very much, Emeka Nobis, for your time.
You're welcome,
Oh, every one of us needs a dose or doses of motivation every day, he says. But then again, the motivational speaker can only inspire you. He says you need to do the work that is required. The lines will be open in a bit. We're Nigerian Football Market. Stay tuned. Connect with your customers. Advertise on 92.3 Nigeria Info. Visit our downtown office at Shop 9, Mediatrix of All Gracies Plaza, opposite FIRS, Stadium Road, Port Harcourt, and book your commercials. Call 0817 001 8162. That is 0817 001 8162. And let us connect you to your customers.
We crossfire in the morning. Get into the midday dialogue and tell you about the hard facts, and then let's talk into the chat station. All for you on 92.3 Nigeria Info. We crossfire in the morning. Get into the midday dialogue and tell you about the hard facts, and then let's talk into the chat station. All for you on 92.3 Nigeria Info. We crossfire in the morning. Get into the midday dialogue and tell you about the hard facts, and then let's talk into the chat station. All for you on 92.3 Nigeria Info. We crossfire in the morning. Get into the midday dialogue and tell you about the hard facts, and then let's talk into the chat station. All for you on 92.3 Nigeria Info. Crossfire in the morning. Crossfire in the morning. Get into the midday dialogue and tell you about the hard facts, and then let's talk into the chat station. All for you on 92.3 Nigeria Info. Crossfire in the morning. Crossfire in the morning. Get into the midday dialogue and tell you about the hard facts, and then let's talk into the chat station. All for you on 92.3 Nigeria Info. Crossfire in the morning. Crossfire in the morning. Get into the move for you on 92.3 Nigeria Info. Crossfire in the morning. Crossfire in the morning. Get into the midday dialogue and tell you about the hard facts, and then let's talk into the chat station. All for you on 92.3 Nigeria Info. Crossfire in the morning. Crossfire in the morning. Get into the midday dialogue and tell you about the hard facts, and then let's talk into the chat station. All for you on 92.3 Nigeria Info. Crossfire in the morning. Crossfire in the morning. Get into the midday dialogue and tell you about the hard facts, and then let's talk into the chat station. All for you on 92.3 Nigeria Info. Crossfire in the morning. Crossfire in the morning. Get into the midday dialogue and tell you about the hard facts, and then let's talk into the chat station. All for you on 92.3 Nigeria Info. Crossfire in the morning. Crossfire in the morning. Get into the midday dialogue and tell you about the hard facts, and then let's talk into the chat station. All for you on 92.3 Nigeria Info. Crossfire in the morning. Crossfire in the morning. Get into the midday dialogue and tell you about the hard facts, and then let's talk into the chat station. All for you on 92.3 Nigeria Info. Crossfire in the morning. Crossfire in the morning. Get into the midday dialogue and tell you about the hard facts, and then let's talk into the chat station. All for you on 92.3 Nigeria Info. Crossfire in the morning. Crossfire in the morning. Get into the midday dialogue and tell you about the hard facts, and then let's talk into the chat station. All for you on 92.3 Nigeria Info. Crossfire in the morning. Crossfire in the morning. Get into the midday dialogue and tell you about the hard facts, and then let's talk into the chat station. All for you on 92.3 Nigeria Info. Crossfire in the morning. Crossfire in the morning. Get into the midday dialogue and tell you about the hard facts, and then let's talk into the chat station. All for you on 92.3 Nigeria Info. Crossfire in the morning. Crossfire in the morning. Get into the midday dialogue and tell you about the hard facts, and then let's talk into the chat station. All for you on 92.3 Nigeria Info. Crossfire in the morning. Crossfire in the morning. Get into the midday dialogue and tell you about the hard facts, and then let's talk into the chat station. All for you on 92.3 Nigeria Info. Crossfire in the morning. Crossfire in the morning. Get into the midday dialogue and tell you about the hard facts, and then let's talk into the chat station. All for you on 92.3 Nigeria Info. We crossfire in the morning. Crossfire in the morning. Crossfire in the morning. Get into the midday dialogue and tell you about the hard facts, and then let's talk into the
92.3 Nigeria Info.
Thank you for staying tuned to Port Harcourt's biggest conversation. My name is Enoch Bweviri. Motivational speakers, are they part of the problem in the success equation? Is the topic at this time. Just spoke with a thought leader, Emeka Nobis, a while ago, and he had, his thoughts on that shared with us. But on Twitter, AK Amefula says, yes, I really don't like these motivational speakers with zero experience. They have zero knowledge of reality. Ernest Gadget says, very funny. I remember a few days before our passing out parade 2019 in Cross River, NYC knew they'd paid us all, and they sent motivational speakers and all sorts of them. After they spoke, people began to vibrate on their seats. Forms were flying everywhere. People ended up registering for things they never planned for, spending a month without a forethought. It was a wowing experience. Motivational speakers that would tell me he or she started with a thread before owning a textile industry should avoid me. Ibibo Ataisi Justin, motivation is a way. Okay, yeah, you need to send that again. All right, you need to send that again. But on WhatsApp, we've got some messages here. Dear and our motivational speakers have done greatly to inspire and mold character patterns. Les Brown from the West, Emeka Nobis from our own climb, have really impacted me positively. Those who take a counter position are living in their own world, where they find no import in being inspired. Such is their own way of life. I live in an inspired world. Many thanks to our gifted motivational speakers and mentors. As someone in Port Harcourt, I believe 90% of what these motivational speakers do and say is falsehood, fictional, and artificial. They're just trying to give people hope. Stay, don't quit, do more, try again. To me, the road to success is ambiguous. Planning and constancy is key, critical and basic. However, there are other natural, seen and unseen circumstances that comes into success. Motivation is not enough, this one says. Your discipline matters more. Goals are not enough, too, but systems are the mainstay. One of my teachers said, you don't have any personality. Rather, we need daily motivation. Okay. Victor in Transamadi says, I know he's also a motivational speaker. He's listened to my programs some early hours at 5 a.m. and he was really inspired. Says motivational speakers don't have issues, but it's you listening to think deep and create something out from what you've heard to get a better life. Good morning, Enoch. Concerning motivation, I agree that we need a daily dose of it, because after hearing the news headlines every day, you really need motivational doses. But the gap I see is between the motivation and mentoring. We have few who are ready to mentor others. Charity sent that from Emeka. We live in a world of challenges, thus motivation is needed. I'm an entrepreneur and speaker. Even Jesus Christ told his disciples, in this life you'd have challenges, but be of good cheer, because I've overcome the world. Like the gym, motivation is like the warm-up on the treadmill. The mistakes most people make is that they don't seek for the lectures or classes. Also, not everyone can motivate, and that is why motivation is a professional area. Motivation should prepare you to take a bold step and go for the skill set required to build your dreams. JJ from Ajib, 0817-923-0002, 0817-923-0003, 0817-923-0009. Motivational speakers have helped me realize my potential. Let's get your thoughts on this. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, you're Nigerian for. Let's hear you.
Motivation is life, so they should keep motivation alive.
All right. Motivation is life. They should keep it alive. 0817-923-0002, 0817-923-0003, 0817-923-0009. Good morning.
No, good morning.
Yes, you're on.
Yes, Sister, no, without motivational information, can the world move forward? As you are in that radio station, Nigeria Info, Sister, no, are you not a motivational speaker?
Mike?
Some of the things you say, people hear them and make use of them and put them into practice and they succeed. Direct example again. Oracle, he comes up with his 10 points on how people are to succeed and live their lives every week, at the end of every week. Are you hearing me?
Yes, sir.
And people get these 10 points, and they make use of them, and they succeed in their lives. Who will ever come and tell us motivational speakers that, no. That is not a good information.
All right, let's hear you. Good morning.
Yeah, this is Mr. Zion from Port Harcourt.
Yes, you need to aspire to refire so that you can aspire to. Let's hear you.
You can't do without it. Look at the punchline. That alone pours some adrenaline in your system. That alone injects you to fire on. See, based on the situations around, depression and frustration is real among lives. And most especially we career people, we are more depressed. We are more tense. What keeps us going is this motivational speaking, motivational thoughts. You cannot listen to somebody like Les Brown and you want to remain the same. Yes, they may have problems, they may have issues. Their motivational word might not correlate with a kind of life. But God did not send them to speak for themselves. I have seen doctors that died of cancer, true or false. But yet they are treating people of the same infection or the same disease or the same whatever. So motivational speakers are just positioned to ameliorate the pain, to reduce the stress, and give us another thought beyond what we have. The motivational speaker gives us a pathway to even build our career. So these guys are so important in our day-to-day activity. Let me be honest to you. The federal government of Nigeria should even put these guys in their payroll on a monthly basis.
All right.
So that, oh my goodness me.
Mr. Zion, thank you for calling. I thought you were going to say you're going to start a fund for motivational speakers so that they can reach out to everyone who needs some motivation. But that's how far we can go this week. Thank you for joining me on the Crossfire. My name is Nobis. You find me on Twitter at Enigma City, Instagram, Enigma City, Facebook, Enigma City NG. I'll leave you with one. His name is Gary V. Do enjoy the rest of our broadcast.
You say 99% of the things around us don't matter.
I just think people focus on dumb shit. Like Karen's ruining me, or my great-grandfather was an alcoholic. Like just things that I understand, but you know, like day in and day out, we're getting caught up and we're going on defense. And I think it's all offense. The reason I'm obsessed with optimism, the reason I love being jam with you and like being on this, like there's an optimistic undertone that you guys do that is so real and so important. Yeah, I think people absolutely focus on dumb stuff 99% of the time. Like I didn't get the raise, or my favorite show got canceled. Like people complain about crazy stuff.
No, I agree with you. I think people fall back on a lot of the things that happened in the past so much they forget about the future.
People use things like that as excuses not to work. At the end of the day, it's become a binary game for me. People don't want to work. So if you don't want to work, you start coming up with stuff of why you're suppressed or why it's bad or Karen is ruined. Like, you just make stuff up.
Nigeria Info. Nigeria Info. Information is a source of development. Stay tuned.
The clocks were striking midnight, and Nigeria was on the threshold of independence.
To be hopeful in bad times.